So companies out there, it's breastfeeding month. Get on it and make sure your mothers and mothers-to-be feel supported in the workplace. Thank you very much.
And make sure there's a lock on that door, because we don't need creepy Jeff coming in and stumbling in when Martha's trying to pump. Okay, not cool.
That comes into the safe space, the private space. Yeah, make sure.
Come on, just slam an iron brew and let's do this, boys.
Hide your kids. Lock the doors. You're listening to HR's most dangerous podcast. Chad Sowash and Joel Cheeseman are here to punch the recruiting industry right where it hurts. Complete with breaking news, brash opinion, and loads of snark. Buckle up, boys and girls. It's time for the Chad and Cheese Podcast.
Oh, yeah. The podcast that's like rain on your wedding day. Hey, boys and girls, it's the Chad and Cheese Podcast. I'm your co-host, Joel, Total Bullshit Cheeseman.
And this is Chad. Video killed the radio star Sowash.
And on this episode, SmartRecruiters gets hitched, Indeed gets boosted, and Workday gets bent over.
Ouch.
Let's do this.
Hospitality is the heart of our society. It brings people together to share great food, drinks, and experiences. But successfully managing a restaurant or hotel is no easy feat. That's where Harry comes in. Harry is the frontline employee experience platform that helps you build, manage, and engage great teams. With Harry, managers can easily find and hire top talent, manage timekeeping, and communicate with employees at any time from any place. Candidates and team members can quickly and efficiently apply for jobs, swap shifts, and access important information entirely from their mobile devices. And Harry's robust employee engagement tools make team members feel more connected than ever. With Harry, as an owner or operator, you get a bird's eye view of your business, from turnover cost, labor cost, employee sentiment, compliance risk, and team performance. Run your business better by understanding the power of your people. Because when your team is the heart of your business, Harry is the heartbeat. See how it transforms your business.
God, I hope they have some lube. Welcome back.
Oh, I feel good. I'm in a good mood today. I'm in a good mood.
Rested, yeah.
Summer's winding down. School started again. Football season's right around the corner.
Oh, dude, yeah.
There's a lot to be excited about.
And there's a lot not to be excited about.
Cheeseland is a good place to be right now.
There's a lot not to be excited about.
And
like
you got the sunglasses on. You're tanned, rested, ready.
I had a hard night last night. Let's just say that.
Oh, do tell. I mean, don't go too detail, but do tell.
So it's tourist season here in the Algarve, and I play in a paddle league. And so usually we can play like around 8 or something like that. Mm-hmm. But all these fucking tourists come in and they take all the spots if you don't get them fast enough. So I had to wait till 9:30 last night to play. And it was an hour and a half session. And then after that is where the real work happens, because that's where the beer drinking is. So yeah, I didn't get into bed till after 1 or so. And it was a school night. Anyway, yeah.
I love that you as an expat are bitching about the the tourists taking all the shit.
No, spend money, kids. Spend money. I love it.
Spend money. So what did I miss in the news? We got the BLS numbers.
Jesus Christ.
That was crazy. Are you getting that news? You got to like tap in with your dodgy stick to get CNN over there?
I mean, it's all over the damn place, and it's fucking crazy. I mean, so here, set it up. We've been talking about this for a while now. Economists have been sounding warning bells for months that tariffs kicking or scaring immigrants out of the country and chopping hundreds of thousands of federal government workers could significantly dampen growth in the coming months. Well, it's done more than that. As a matter of fact, manufacturing jobs, we lost 11,000. Wait, we were supposed to be building manufacturing jobs and we're losing this shit. And like I said, we've been talking about this for months. The biggest workforce imbalances in history are happening in the U.S. right now, which is going to impact the supply chain. So, I mean, imagine having workers not picking crops, driving trucks, working the docks, not to mention, how are you going to go into an economic war with the entire fucking world, which is what we did.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, we pretty much said
war.
Everybody,
it is a war.
Yeah. It's an economic war. And we opened every single fucking front we could. Right. So, I mean, for me, it's just like, Jesus, can we just stop the goddamn madness? The only people who are doing really well right now are the tech bros because they don't have to pay tariffs, right? They're fucking Tim Cook throws a lump of gold shit on Trump's desk the other day. I mean, it's like, fuck, man, it is crazy. You've got all of these companies, the big three, the Fords, the Chevys, et cetera, ones who actually make goods and have a shit ton of employees. They're getting killed, man.
Well, if you're going to invest, where are you going to put your money? In something that makes stuff or software? And so that's an add-on for that. To me, it's just the erosion of trust.
Oh yeah.
I mean, especially America, for all its faults, we're pretty trustworthy in the data. Where no one views us as China, that we're kind of spinning it to make us look better than we are. Yeah. And when you start politicizing labor statistics, that's a really slippery slope. The good news is it sounds like the Fed is bulletproof, that Trump can't fire Powell, that is, at least for now, not politicized. But when you start saying all the numbers are rigged and it's all like, that becomes really, really dangerous. Although I do think if it does lead to an updating of how we get the numbers, that would be okay, because we talked to Toby Dayton, Aspen Tech Labs, like the way that they're getting data is much better than what the government does. And it would be kind of nice if the government came into the 21st century when it came to
Would they cut the BLS budget though? So it's like, first and foremost, you hamstring the motherfuckers, and then you give them a hard time because of their revisions, which, everybody has revisions. They've always had revisions. Yes. Should we update it? Of course. But there should be a transitionary period. There should be a planning thing. It kind of feels like
it shouldn't be the president saying you're out.
No.
Yeah.
Jesus. I mean, and it all comes down to whether he likes it or not. Right. So it's that one authoritarian kind of like figure who is like yes or no. And that's, again, that goes back to the trust in the US. Yeah. There's always been that trust because we've had institutions. We had a Congress, we had a judiciary, and then we had the executive branch, and they would check each other. Now nobody's being fucking checked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ouch.
For sure.
Yeah. Over 80% of you watching right now, you watch over and over. We know you do, but you haven't liked and you haven't subscribed. Let's do that. Let's do that now.
We got a lot to cover today. Let's get to shout out.
Time for shout out.
Shout out sponsored by Kiora, Chad.
Yes.
Kiora, our friends from the Great White North.
Take off, will you? We're doing our movie.
They're doing text recruiting, cost effective and easy to use. I got boobs on my shout outs. Can you trump that one?
No, I did. No, I cannot. And I won't, because everybody loves boobs.
It's true. Boobs always fun. All right. So August is National Breastfeeding Month. Oh, I didn't know that. Did a little homework. Yeah. But so a survey came out recently. Only 44% of workers felt supported at work when it comes to breastfeeding, which is just not good. So companies need to sort of get on the ball with this. There is a federal law called the Pump Act. I don't think that's the official name, but that's what the insiders call it. So there's a law that protects nursing for employees. Companies need to provide reasonable break time and private space for pumping breast milk for up to 1 year after giving birth. So companies out there, it's breastfeeding month. Get on it, and make sure your mothers and mothers to be feel supported in the workplace. Thank you very much.
And make sure there's a lock on that door, because we don't need creepy Jeff coming in and stumbling in when Martha's trying to pump. Okay, not cool.
That comes into the safe space, the private space. Yeah, make sure the two-way mirrors are taken out of the office for that one. Jeez.
Please. All right. My shout out, not as fun. I'm going to try though. Shout out to the Buggles and Video Killed the Radio Star, which was the very first video on MTV 44 years ago, back on August 1st, 1981. But little did they know Video would also kill the customer service star. How? Ask Atlassian CEO Mike Cannon-Brookes, who just laid off 150 employees via pre-recorded video, because nothing says we care like being dumped by a YouTube video, right? What happened after the video ended? Well, I would call it 15 minutes of hell, because employees were instructed to chill for 15 minutes because your fate would be known, right? We would contact you and let you know if you still had your role. And then they said, it's not AI replacing all the roles, just most of the roles, which is very comforting, very comforting.
Just 99%.
Yeah. Meanwhile, execs are busy sponsoring an F1 team and hyping the AI like it's 1999. But for the laid off workers, it's more like Orson Welles' 1984. So shout out to just bad, horrible, stupid treatment of employees. Bad on you, Atlassian.
Bruh.
By the way, the nostalgic concerts are coming in hard in Indy. I don't know if you get
really?
these over in Europe, but we got Toto.
Oh, nice.
Men at Work.
Oh, Jesus.
We got Cyndi Lauper. We got Rod Stewart and Cheap Trick. Like, it is just a parade of aging, wrinkled rock stars that are coming to town here.
I didn't even hear Styx or REO Speedwagon either. And those are usually like standards.
Yeah, they've maybe been here already. As the fall comes and it gets a little cooler, they tend to like show up more often. Oh, the Doobie Brothers with Michael McDonald are coming to town. Anyway, good stuff. Good stuff.
I mean, and kids, if you don't know Michael McDonald, just go ahead and go to Spotify, choose any yacht rock playlist. He's either lead or background on just about every single one of those.
And definitely keyboardist on all of them. Maybe the best head of hair for his age group
still
in the world.
Oh, yeah.
That guy's got a silver mane that could kill, baby. Kill, baby. So good concerts. I don't know if they're giving away free stuff or not, but we are
I like
here on the show.
Free stuff.
Well, let's talk about the new free stuff. And it's a different kind of free, kids. It's called Fantasy Football, sponsored by our buddies over at Factory. Love those guys, and you can register for free. But yeah, look at Joel's. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see Joel's fantasy football T-shirt. This one, Joel, this one's a little bittersweet for me. As you know, last year's David Seifel he's a lock for this year, and we have 10 spots. So he takes the first spot, and I had the second spot locked for friend and sports fanatic Matt Lavery, but he tragically passed away last month. Yeah. So in honor of Matt, I'm changing my team's name from Ronaldo Football Team to Lavery's Legends. So if you want to play, sign up. Just go to our LinkedIn feed. You'll be able to see that we posted some links to the Factory Fix Fantasy Football, or hop on chadcheese.com and click on the register button in the header. Moving toward the more traditional free stuff, and I know you guys love this. Whiskey from the Talent Tech experts over at Van Hack. Those Canadians, you love
those. Hey, God, we were doing our movie. Don't wreck our show, you hoser.
But more Canadians. Bourbon barrel aged syrup from our buddies at Kiora. That's right. Text recruiting made simple. T-shirts, if you're watching on YouTube, once again, I've got my Aaron app T-shirt on. I love this thing. It's nice. Red wearing shoes kids over there at the Aaron app. For the T-shirts, craft beer from those job data geeks over at Aspen Tech Labs. And if it is your birthday, you want a little romp.
Can you feel the tension in the air right now?
Oh, I can.
I know I can. I can feel it all the way down in my plum.
Go to chadcheese.com/free. That's right, free.
I miss football. Okay, here's our birthdays for the week, everybody. We got Wendy Daly, Kim Bates, Christy Kelling, Stephanie Pendris, Michael Malati, Sally Millick, Christopher Cleland, Micah Clark, Joel Stupka, Alistair Neal, Lena Bradshaw, Victoriano Cable, Brianna Amantia, John Higgins, Neil Costa, Mark Coleman, Jessica Lee, and Brendan Crickshank Redemption, everybody.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, everybody.
Really quick on events. We're going to be going to RecFest in Nashville October 15th and 16th. We'll be talking more about that as we get closer. We're going to have our favorite Scott there, Stephen McGrath, so that we have sound effects, because we don't have Stephen, we don't have sound effects. Then we're going to do a West Coast-ish tour in November, where we're hitting San Francisco, San Diego, and Dallas. We'll have more event details on that. RL100, amazing. You can go to chadcheese.com/events. Plus, I think Joel's doing a solo. You're doing a solo.
Yeah, I don't want to give too much away as it formulates. I will give more, but It looks like I want to be headed to ERE in San Diego, the whale's vagina, Chad, as you know, San Diego, to interview on stage a famous person in our industry. I'm not sure if it's solid yet, but as soon as it does, I will share that information.
This better not be a chump. That's all I got to say. Very famous.
It is not Stephen McGrath, by the way.
Welcome to all things Scottish. Our slogan is, if it's no Scottish, it's crap!
By the way, how has he not been a guest host on the show ever?
Oh, don't worry. That's good. That's going to happen.
Okay.
That's going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to make that happen.
That might have to be in person. We might have to do a little something special.
We will
for that one.
But real quick, I saw David Manister just posted that he is in Granada, Spain right now. And I've got a little advice for the kids out there. If you're coming to the Iberian Peninsula, being Spain or Portugal or, anywhere over on this wonderful little peninsula, this time of year, go toward the southern coast where you get the nice cool breezes, because David said it's hot as balls in Granada. And I'm like, yeah, dude. You know why? Because you're inland. You got to go to the water. So if you do any type of visiting in Spain or Portugal, look at what time of the year it is. This time of the year, you definitely want to be closer to the water, like January, February, something like that. Really doesn't matter. Just beautiful weather no matter.
And that has been Chad's travel tip, sponsored by TripAdvisor.
Was it the Chad?
The Chad was great.
Oh, shit. Let's get to topics, shall we?
Yes.
Topics!
All right. Real quick, Chad. Just saw this today. Do you know the site StockTwits? It's basically just a vomitous mass of content about stocks.
Yeah.
And I was reading up on ZipRecruiter, and someone had commented that the Zip had just laid off its entire enterprise team.
Jesus.
Total rumor, not credible potentially at all, but still interesting. People kind of know this stuff on the crap. But let's get to the real news. We'll keep an eye on ZipRecruiter as its stock goes to all-time lows this week, by the way.
So bad.
Good news. SAP has agreed to acquire SmartRecruiters. That's right. Yet another Chad and Cheese sponsor that's getting paid, everybody. Terms were undisclosed. SmartRecruiters will remain a standalone brand. Closing expected in Q4 of this year. CEO Rebecca Carr, Chad and Cheese favorite, expressed excitement about advancing hiring globally. Chad, you got a few thoughts on this deal. What you got?
Yeah. Well, first off, let's talk a little bit about Rebecca. The first time we talked to Rebecca was in May of last year when she was the interim CEO. After their last CEO ejected due to an ISIMS deal that turned sour, just gone out of nowhere, poof. Right. So Rebecca, an industry veteran, a product pro, and someone with a genuine fucking vision, which is definitely rare these days, for God's sakes. We'll talk about Indeed's bullshit later, kids.
Okay.
Anyways, Rebecca was in the C-suite. And by the end of that conversation, I was a true believer, man. And as a matter of fact, I believe we both said, rip that interim label off and let Rebecca run. And they finally did, which is great. Then earlier this year in February, I was over here in Portugal and they asked me to come to Madrid to sit down and actually do some interviews with Rebecca and the executive team. And that's when Rebecca, February this year, announced that to the world that SmartRecruiters would be making a dramatic change. I mean, literally taking the core of their platform, their system, and rewriting everything, throwing the roadmap away, per se, right? I've got a little video. Go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage from Madrid.
Audio Jungle.
Late last year, we had an awesome interview with Lieutenant General Russell Honore. And he said the landscape has changed so much. It used to be, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Today, it's, if it ain't broke, break it.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you're doing with Smart Recruiters right now. You are meeting the market because the old style ATS needs to change.
Yeah.
What made you do that? I mean, everybody looking at it's like, yeah, no, I get it. But that you took time to actually come to that decision. What led to that?
Yeah. Well, I'm a product leader.
Yeah.
I spent my entire career building applicant tracking systems. And I woke up one morning, and maybe it was when I became a CEO, maybe it was when I became a CPO, and I had to hire, and I hated using my own product. I'm just getting, like, I think it's a good product. I think that it checks all the boxes. It's highly configurable. It has a good candidate experience, much better than what I've seen from others. But as a product leader, I'm out to deliver a very specific outcome, and that's to make hiring easier. And I think over the last decade or so, it's gotten a lot harder.
Okay. So nearly 6 months later, SAP announces their intent to acquire SmartRecruiter. Question is, was it the Chad and cheese? Huh?
Was it the Chad?
The Chad was great.
Okay, so let's start breaking this down around really what I think happens next. So some are saying that SAP will keep success factors around and start an employee-like strategy with multiple applicant tracking system platforms. And others are talking about SAP clients transitioning into SmartRecruiters as an evolutionary step and then them sunsetting success factors, right? You know, here are my thoughts. I've got a history lesson.
Oh, shit. History lesson. I love those.
Time for a history lesson.
Old guys giving history lessons.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So SAP acquired success factors in 2011, 14 years ago. Now, in most cases, HCM providers, they don't put much time, thought, or money into recruiting platforms. So those ATS platforms usually just collect massive amounts of tech debt, wither, and die. To me, it's time to sunset success factors because trying to keep two sets of code alive for the same purpose is just dumb. So my predictions, that's what's going to happen. They're going to sunset success factors. Probably going to take about 2 years to be able to make that happen. Additional predictions, Oracle acquired Taleo in 2012, right after SAP put pressure on them through their acquisition of success factors in 2011. SAP makes the first move again while Taleo today is dead and bloated, and Workday is flailing with their gift with purchase version of an applicant tracking system. So these companies have piles of cash, and they want and they need a good AI story, much like SAP has now. So my question to you, who do you think's next? Do you think iCIMS, Eightfold, Phenom, Paradox, any ideas?
Oh, well, that's interesting. I think a lot of this was AI driven. I think that Success Factors is not an AI trendsetter whatsoever.
No.
So I have to think that SAP talked to a lot of companies and sort of landed on SmartRecruiters in terms of Winston and what Winston could do. And we knew from talking to Rebecca early on that the transition was going to be AI generated, was going to be AI focused. So I got to think that SAP called Paradox, they called Eightfold, they called some of the companies that you mentioned, and we don't know the price tag of any of this stuff or how the negotiations went, but they had to have talked to all those companies. So I think they're all on the table. iCIMS would love to be acquired.
Oh, God, yeah.
And I have a little bit of thoughts on what the recipe is to do that, which I think SmartRecruiters played out to a T. You're going to continue to see this consolidation. The question is it the pure play ATS or is it the AI? I think there was much more appealing about this deal with the AI than the ATS. SuccessFactors they're already an ATS. Like there was something there that they knew they needed and didn't have, and SmartRecruiters could provide that. So when you say who's going next, I lean more towards it's an AI player than it is a conventional ATS.
Right.
iSIMS needs to get on it. And if they're on it, they need to let us know they're on it, because they're not letting us know it, which goes back to sort of my recipe.
Yeah.
Look, iSIMS, not an industry CEO. When Colin left, they brought in a marketing guy, then they brought in an ex-hockey player, then they brought, who are they bringing in, dude? There's no, bring in a person that knows the industry, bring a person that's rooted in the business and what our customers want. Focus on product, focus on the future, focus on the message and pushing that message out. Mm-hmm. I said months ago, SmartRecruiters is playing to win. iSIMS is playing sort of not to lose. And there's a huge difference. Yep. And SmartRecruiters is being rewarded for what they've done. And part of that is just the recipe of the leadership, bringing in a Lynn who knows everyone in the industry and getting them around what the message is and the vision is, and creating content and marketing around that. So to answer your question, I don't know if you had more commentary, but yeah, I think they're going to lean toward more AI players than they will conventional ATS players, because ATSs are pretty commoditized at this point. I know that they try to sort of we're SMB or we're enterprise, but a lot of that stuff, I mean, Fountain is an ATS, Paradox is an ATS. All these companies are just sort of copycatting what that is. Yeah. So what's the differentiator? It's AI.
Good ones too. Fountain and Gem, throwing those in there. I mean, there are just more new. So I've got two moments that I want to say that SmartRecruiters did incredibly well. Number one, the one that you just watched with Rebecca, that was their Domino's moment. When Domino's CEO ate the pizza and said, "This does not taste good," right? Rebecca just said, "This does not taste good.
Yeah.
We need to make this better. I do not like using my own system. Does it check all the boxes? Yes. But this pizza does not taste good." So they had a Domino's moment right there, right?
Yep.
Then they did the unveiling, right? Which was their Apple moment. They had the on stage, they had pretty much the single talking head doing all the different aspects of what to expect with Winston and this new AI platform. Mm-hmm. So they really, and to me, that was fucking masterclass. First off, for Rebecca to say, pizza doesn't taste good. And then them to come out with a very polished. I mean, fucking screen looked like it was a goddamn football field long, for God's sakes. To be able to do those things. And again, we have friends over there, so on and so forth. We have friends at iSIMS too, but we talk shit about those guys, right? It doesn't matter. When you see these things happen, you just got to give them big fucking applause.
All right, that cues my big applause. So, what happens now, I think, is the real interesting question. SAP doesn't exactly have a great history of taking products they acquire to the next level. They sort of become pieces of check boxes of, okay, now we have AI, now we have ATS, now we have this. Remember, they bought Jobs to Web back in 2012 as well, which was pretty revolutionary.
Just slap on top of SuccessFactors.
Yeah, of course, Doug left. And so does Rebecca stick around? Because she's really the force behind a lot of this vision. So we'll see. A lot of people are saying SuccessFactors goes away. I think that's a really big boat to turn around. I think that's really hard. Employees become a house of brands. Lever, JobVite, et cetera. Does this become another brand? That's really hard to do as well. So rolling up pieces of SmartRecruiters, do they keep the SuccessFactors brand, but get rid of, we'll see what happens. But that's a really tough question. You mentioned some of the haters out there and a lot of the marketing pieces that we've seen about, hey, SmartRecruiters is done. This is the death, it's time to shop for a new ATS.
Come on over.
Our friend Max at Talk Push had a message. He had a yawning icon and said, "This isn't progress. It's a market grab, land grab." And there's probably some truth in that as well. But we'll see. The challenge is they've done such a good job at innovating. Do they hit a brick wall now and just, okay, we're done, we sold, it's over, that's the end? Or do they keep the ball rolling? And I guess we'll see.
Yeah, the question is, let's say I'm going to use Ronstadt and Monster since Ronstadt fucked Monster so badly. Can the old guard get out of the way of the new, more technical, more hip, cool, nimble kids that they just brought on, right? Yeah. Ronstadt couldn't. Right? They couldn't. They didn't have a vision of the future. They had a vision of the past, and they wanted to try to color code some of that with what looked like the future. It was total bullshit. So if SAP allows these guys to run outside, I think there's a good opportunity for them lasting long, and for success factors to be able to last since 2011. I mean, it's still dead bloated to some extent. But yeah, I mean, they just got to get out of the way and hopefully start to turn. And a great example is back in the day when TMP switched to Monster, right? TMP was the big, bad agency, right? And they were TMP Worldwide in the fucking stock market. They changed their goddamn ticker symbol to Monster because they wanted the cool kids out front. Yeah. I don't see that happening with SAP. Don't get me wrong; they're a German company. Okay, that's not going to happen. Yeah. So, but can they let the kids run? That's tough.
I liked it. I got to think that there were conversations with Success Factors leadership and SmartRecruiters. Oh yeah, because there are synergies there. They're both in the same business. It's not like, hey, we're staffing, we're buying a job board, we don't know shit about each other, and we don't get it. Hopefully I assume there were discussions about, hey, we do this really well, you guys do this, and then there was a cohesion of like, we're going to meld the brands, or this brand's going away, or we're going to
Smart Factors.
Okay, there you go. You heard it first from the Chad.
Was it the Chad?
Smart Factors. Great. It was odd to announce this on a Friday as well. Most of these usually happen on a Monday, Tuesday, so the industry has a week to talk about.
Word was getting out.
Yeah, that was my next point, is like the leak, there must have been a leak and someone said, well, shit, we got to go now or else it's going to be in the rumor mill. But this one's interesting. We're going to see what happens. I hope Rebecca doesn't leave. I hope that she sticks around and we have many more discussions with her. But she's been a lifelong industry person. I don't think that she's going to leave anytime soon.
She's fucking solid.
Don't fuck this up, SAP.
60% of the time, it works every time.
All right, Chad. It's earnings season, baby. It's earnings season. I mentioned Zip hit an all-time low this week. They report on the 11th. So next week, maybe we'll be chatting about what ZipRecruiter reported. But let's talk about Indeed and LinkedIn. Per Recruit Holdings and Microsoft. So Recruit Holdings reported a 20.3% increase in operating income and a 13.6% increase in net income in Q1, despite a 2.5% decline in revenue. The HR technology segment, which includes Indeed and Glassdoor, saw revenue growth of 3.6% year on year. Meanwhile, LinkedIn revenue rose 10% year over year. The profitability details are not disclosed because it's Microsoft. Highlights included accelerated member growth at LinkedIn, 1.5 million content engagements per minute, and 34% year-over-year video upload growth. Chad, some of your thoughts from earnings season.
So member growth, that's the things that Indeed and LinkedIn are going to love, because everybody's going to be out looking for jobs and they're going to be flush with candidates, right? That's what they want. They want more candidates. That's where the money's at. It's pretty amazing, though, that when the job market looks like it does, and we just talked about this, that they're still able to trudge on, right? So I think there are a lot of organizations that are out there today that are really feeling the hit, where Indeed and LinkedIn are squeezing as much money as they can out of the market. That's going to leave some others in really tight times. Advice to anybody out there that is in niche, or if you're not in niche, find a way to get in the niche, because that's going to be a great way to get to those dollars, because there's more money in a niche, in an expertise, than there is broad-based, right? So if you're trying to sell product to a broad base of organizations, number one, it's incredibly hard to manage. Yep. Number two, How are you going to fight against Indeed? How are you going to fight against LinkedIn, right? You've got to really find your superpower. And I got a great example talking to Mark over at Hack-A-Job earlier this week. Those guys are kicking ass and taking names. And the reason being is they are not only mastering that niche on the tech side of the house, which is not doing great, by the way, from a market standpoint, but they're still doing great. Also from a tech standpoint, which, they're going to come out with some pretty big things pretty soon. So I really think that getting into that niche and being an expert in a specific area is going to get you through some of these very, very rough times.
Go niche. There's money in niche. As the job board doctor, I'm sure knows that niche businesses.
Yeah, she does.
Can be successful. What caught my eye on the Indeed thing is that there's been a 2.5% decline in revenue, but net income has increased. And this is why Wall Street loves layoffs. Because you can not grow your income, but you still are more profitable. By my calculations, since 2023, there have been 4,500 people laid off just at Indeed. The back of the napkin math tells me that's $450 million a year if they're making $100,000 per year. And if you throw in healthcare and everything else, that's probably a decent estimate. So to me, I don't see a growth picture at any of these, even if they are more profitable. I think that they are engineering the finances to look like they're making more money.
Yep.
But make no mistake, like this is a challenging environment for almost everyone in our industry, and particularly for Indeed and Glassdoor and the staffing business. So that's sort of my takeaways on that. I think we're going to see more of that going forward. Yeah. The LinkedIn stuff was interesting because none of the highlights were about employment. Pretty much, it was about how many more members we have, how many more video views there were in the last whatever. I mean, it feels like the narrative that they're spinning is we're a Meta competitor. We're doing things that Meta's doing, because let's be honest, investors don't want to flock to job stuff. They want to flock to AI, cool video stuff. And LinkedIn is clearly spinning the business as growing members, growing, premium features, more video. We're Meta, we're not, or Indeed or some other job site. So that was interesting to me. I want to know, to me, the big story is going to be who's going to come out with agentic solutions. We know that Microsoft is in bed with OpenAI. We know that they're a leader in this stuff. Indeed is not. I need LinkedIn to come out with, you know what? You got a profile on LinkedIn, pay whatever per month for agentic job search. We'll use your profile and what we know. You'll apply to jobs that are for you. We'll interview for you through LinkedIn's solution. And if we find a opportunity that's ideal and the company wants you, then you can talk to them. Like LinkedIn needs to do that ASAP, because everyone talks about passive job seekers.
Yeah.
Like how awesome would it be to say, you can passively look for jobs, keep your current job. We will apply for you, interview for you. And if something is awesome, we'll let you know about it. That is going to unlock a flurry of people already employed, start applying to jobs, and companies would love that shit. They would love to know that, hey, passive job seekers are applying. So I'm waiting for the day that LinkedIn, Microsoft, whatever comes out with job search agent, and you can pay $99 a month or whatever it is, $29 a month for LinkedIn to search jobs, apply to jobs, and interview for you, all on LinkedIn. I think that'll be a really interesting conversation that we have if and when that ever happens. I don't think you're as optimistic that it will based on LinkedIn's past, but somebody's going to do that, and they are primed to do it, whether they will or not.
Now, going back to the financial engineering, there's no question. When you have a shit ton of employees, you can literally just start skimming off the top and then make it look like everything is running much better, right? Much tighter. What you talked about with regard to supply and engagement, I mean, that's really what it is. You're getting more members, more users, so on and so forth, and you're getting more engagement. That's where LinkedIn is kicking Indeed's ass. Because if you go to LinkedIn, not a big fan of it, but still they have all these different ads that are not employment ads, which means they're getting cash in ways that there's no way that Indeed's going to get cash, right? Because they are a social network. So yeah, I mean, that's definitely, I think, LinkedIn's superpower. It's not technology at this point.
It's the network.
Yeah.
And engaging that network. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So supply and engagement. I think those are the two big market factors that LinkedIn is probably, well, that and the addressable market with regard to marketing can kick Indeed's ass.
Yeah. Well, Indeed will continue to throw shit at the wall to see if it sticks. And when we come back from our first break, we'll talk about some of that spaghetti. Guys, listen to the ads. There's no show without the sponsors. So listen to the ads, write blank checks to our sponsors so we can continue to stay out of the real workforce.
So you posted a new job ad. Now you can sit back and wait for the applications to roll in, right? That's why we built JobPixel. Imagine showing candidates why your company is great with real people, real stories, and real culture. With JobPixel, it's not just another job ad. It's an invitation to something much bigger.
Video gives you a 3 times better response rate. So instead of chasing after candidates, they'll be coming to you.
And with a 34% boost in conversions, candidates aren't just looking, they're applying.
And if you're worried about people clicking away, don't be. Our videos reduce bounce rates by 25%. That means they're watching, they're engaged, and they're interested.
282% more engagement. Yeah, you're going to need a bigger inbox.
Finding the right candidate is tough, but with JobPixel, it doesn't have to be. Show your company's authentic story, and the candidates will follow.
Let's make recruiting fun again, because honestly, it could use some help.
Do you want to see how JobPixel can save you time and money while achieving your KPIs? Schedule a demo today.
Boost it, baby. Boost it. All right. Indeed launched branded Boost. Not quite as cool as our little bump product that we launched recently, but almost. It's an employer enhancement feature for its featured employer tool. That's a mouthful. This feature allows employers to add their logo to every Indeed job post, index job post, increasing visibility and, as they say, brand credibility. Chad, are you ready to boost it or not so much?
Oh my fucking God. Adding a logo
Doesn't anyone notice this? I
to
feel like I'm
jobs
taking crazy pills.
in the feed. That's the product.
Yeah.
That's the so. Oh my God! So Lax Burt, who is the product manager, who has been at Indeed for 9 years, was proud to announce this 1998 technology. Number 2, from the press release, quote: application starts increased by 53% on mobile and 27% on desktop for featured employers, end quote. Yeah, nothing like more unqualified candidates. That's one of the biggest bitches that we hear from practitioners on a daily basis is we're already getting a shit ton of candidates from Indeed and they're fucking unqualified. So Indeed is not only promoting 1998 technology that I believe Online Career Center, Monster Board, Career Mosaic, and even probably eSpan, where you were at, had in 1998. The same shit.
Let's not get crazy now. Let's not get crazy.
Yeah, okay, maybe it was 20 years ago. Maybe it was 2005. We definitely had it by 2005. Yeah. But then Indeed finds more ways to get unqualified candidates to click on your job so they can charge you more, right? Last but never least, for all the suckers that are out there who believe that the failed CPA or CPSA product was innovation, instead of what they really were repackaged, renamed bullshit products, I bet you're going to love branded post. Fucking idiots anywhere. Okay, so no, I do have one last thing.
Okay.
That was the last thing, but this is the last thing. Because at the end of their press release, Indeed's press release, or whatever the fuck this thing was, Lax writes, and her name is Lax, or that's what she goes by. Like X, Lax. Anyway. Quote, as hiring continues to evolve, so must the tools that connect employers and talent, end quote. Come on, Lax. Stop pissing on employers and telling them that it's raining. This is fucking ridiculous.
You're not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe?
Crazy.
All right. So I have 3 thoughts on Indeed's new branded boost.
Oh my God.
You're right. This is some eBay 2001 shit. Look, I sold shit on eBay back in the day, and they gave you the option like, hey, do you want to highlight it? Do you want to like add a little product picture to it? I mean, literally, this is 25-year-old stuff.
Yes.
So good job, Indeed. Number 2, humans are visual creatures. I did some job searches, and shocker, yeah, these things do stand out. They do get your attention. It's sort of like how Chrome had the tabs with the little favicon. You're like, that's a lot easier to go through my tabs because I can process images a lot faster than I can before. So as if the 2-pane wasn't bad enough to be able to like just just gunshot through applying, this is going to make it even better. My third thought, and it pains me to say this, it's going to work. Companies are going to pay for this shit. Companies are going to foot the bill to have their logo on there. The marketing people are going to love it. The CEO is going to love it. And as more and more companies do this, people are going to go like, well, how can we be the only one without the logo? So at some point, something that should just be that's something that they do, put your logo in the search results to make it more appealing to the user. Okay, now it's going to be just a money grab, which is something that should be just included in Indeed stuff. So yes, it's old. Yes, it plays into humans' behavior, and God damn it, they're going to make more freaking money doing this shit. They're going to make more fucking money.
Continues to evolve, so must the tools that connect employers and talent.
It's the same as the fucking categories that they launched.
Yes.
Oh, you got to be in the healthcare channel. Yeah. Oh, you're not going to be in the healthcure channel, but you need healthcare people. Oh, you're not going to be in the tech channel. What's wrong with you? Write a check. Come on. This is another thing. Like, you're not going to have your logo. What a loser. Put your logo on, man. All
Employers, right. They are pissing on you and telling you that it's raining. It's not raining.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to more losing. Well, maybe.
Oh, Jesus.
A recent court ruling in the Mobley versus Workday case requires Workday to disclose a list of employers using its hired score AI features. This expansion of the collective action lawsuit could include thousands of job seekers and may impact Workday's use and revenue. Chad, your take on this court case?
So they're also asking for a list of companies that are using it. This is a holy fuck moment. I mean, file this under quote unquote, not a good AI story. Okay, so here's the timeline. This lawsuit started back in February of 2023. A year after that, Workday announced its intent to acquire HiredScore. And in February of 2025, this year, Mobley was allowed to expand the claim to a class action, meaning impacted individuals could join along with him, possibly making the case even bigger, right? So the lawsuit started a year before the intent to acquire HiredScore was announced. Now, I was pretty confident that HiredScore's CEO, Athena Karp, who lives and breathes explainability and defendability, would take care of this situation in short order. And oh my fucking God, was I wrong. Not only is this case still alive, it's grown into a class action suit. And now client lists are going to be outed. So back to my first reaction. Holy fuck.
60% of the time, it works every time.
Does some some of this seems to me like a hit job. This dude applied to like apparently hundreds of jobs that were all on the Workday platform and got like automatically kicked out of stuff, which it just reeks of like a law firm saying, hey man, why don't you go apply to jobs as a 40-year-old black guy and see what happens. And if something bad happens, we'll sue the pants off of Workday. Anyway, that's a side note. I have no proof.
But it did.
Here,
but it did.
But was it an innocent, like I'm looking at jobs and I just sort of noticed that they're all on Workday?
It doesn't matter.
I know it does.
That's how you stress test systems.
Yes.
They didn't stress test systems.
Yes. Every company should, yes. If we do this, how could we get destroyed? Right? Like, let's do some damage control. Let's walk through this. How could we get totally fucked? And Workday didn't do that. No. And Hired Score, like, I don't know, but this is getting bad. And if Workday gets pinched for this, oh man. I mean, you're going to see the audit solutions like print money.
Oh yeah.
Print money. Even if it doesn't happen, the fear is there. Yeah. But if Workday does win, they've tried to get this thing dismissed. They've tried everything so far to sort of like hope that it goes away, and it's not. And this has the implications of being maybe the most important court case in the last 20, 25 years in our industry, legal precedent of AI and hiring, like huge implications. So we'll watch this really closely. It probably won't, it'll be like 5 years before a verdict comes out because the wheels of justice grind slowly. But this is like potentially huge. And if you're an audit service, which there aren't many, I suspect we'll see more, but this is going to be huge for the business. Companies are going to get scared to use AI tools. Yeah, it's going to be a mess if Workday gets ultimately pinched in this court case. Yeah, it'll affect who you acquire. Are we going to acquire AI? Well, shit, we might end up in court in a class action lawsuit. Maybe we should think twice about buying that AI solution. This is potentially really, really ugly.
That's the future. You got to do it. You just got to be smart about how you implement stress tests and QA, fucking C, people. Jesus.
Belts and suspenders. And by the way, Chad, speaking of ugly, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, you can look at our beautiful faces live in the reel. So that's youtube.com/@ChadCheese. And obviously, if you haven't subscribed to the main podcast, left us a review, whatever, please do that. We love to get your feedback because we're just talking in mics here. We just look at each other. We hope people are listening, but we don't know.
At Shaker Recruitment Marketing, our comprehensive services include branding, talent attraction, MarTech, and analytics, empowering you to achieve your recruitment marketing goals. We believe in doing things the right way, delivering the right message through the right activation, achieving the right conversion. For us, business is deeply personal. Our legacy is built on relationships. Together with our people, clients, and partners, we've been shaping the world of talent for over 70 years.
And then the dystopian segment of the show today, a viral video with over 2 million views shows a guest at a La Quinta in Miami checking in via a virtual front desk worker on a screen, allegedly outsourced to India, prompting social media backlash over job outsourcing. Wyndham Hotels is investigating the franchise location, stating it's not brand approved and violates standards requiring on-site staff. Similar virtual check-ins have been reported at other Wyndham properties and hotels abroad with mixed reactions. Let's watch a quick video. Again, a reason to be on YouTube. You get to see the virtual check-in.
Okay.
You need 1 room key or 2 room key?
2, just in case I lose one.
Yes, I'll just make this for you. Just help me with your signature, where it says guest signature. Let me just process your room registration form.
Please wait while we process your registration form. Please note that we have a strict policy of no smoking.
La Quinta and
no
Wyndham
pets,
don't know
and no
anything about
visitors
this.
allowed.
It's
That's
some
bullshit.
franchise doing it on their own.
Total bullshit. You know this is a pilot, right?
Using your finger,
It's
please
gotta
sign
be.
where it says
Yeah,
guest
it's not
signature.
broad-based
You see the
yet.
form on the screen.
But it's
All
coming.
right, sir. I will just process your room receipt, which contains all the property.
You know he's not wearing pants.
I like his tie shirt combo though. That's pretty sweet.
So-
I wonder if that's in the training manual.
In London 2 years ago, we had the exact same thing happen. We checked in. There was an iPad. Clicked on the iPad. Boop. A wonderful, very nice Indian fellow was on the other side.
Yep.
I mean, I see this happening more. The outsourcing piece, it's interesting because we talk about hospitality and being able to outsource hospitality. Shit, you can't do that. They've got to be there, right? Well, not in this case, not for reception.
You naughty. You teasing me, you naughty.
Welcome to 2025, people. Look, the hotel industry is tough. They got Airbnb breathing down their neck like they need to cut costs. Wyndham stock is down 14% year to date. This is a cheap hotel. I don't know if you ever stayed at a La Quinta, but it doesn't really reek Ritz-Carlton. So there's going to be a line where if you stay at the Red Roof or the Super 8 or the Holiday Inn, like this is what you're going to get. Eventually it'll be AI, and it won't be an Indian thousands of miles away. It'll be a computer that looks like Cindy Sweeney checking you into your hotel. Maybe it'll customize it based on if you're male or female or whatever. But like this is the future. I don't know where the line is. What hotel level can you like? You can't go to the Conrad and do this. Like those guests don't put up with that. You can't go to the Ritz or the Four Seasons and get this space. But if you go to the Motel 6, this is just going to be business as usual. Just like when you go to the McDonald's or the Taco Bell, you're on the kiosk, you're ordering your shit. Now, hopefully there's a human on site somewhere. Just like when you go to the checkout at Kroger, the self-serve, there's at least somebody there when your bananas don't scan. And I know you're going to say like you eat bananas, Cheeseman. But yes, if you scan your bananas and it doesn't work, somebody is hopefully there that can help you. Otherwise, they're going to have some real problems. They're going to get some Louisville sluggers on the screen destroying these things if they don't have somebody on site.
I think for me, that's the biggest issue is that you allow, we talked about this with robots on the sidewalk delivering pizzas.
Yep.
People started hitting them with fucking ball bats, right? Same shit's going to happen. People are going to come in. It doesn't matter if you have good fucking, cameras or not. They're going to have freaking masks, ball caps, whatever. They're going to fuck shit up. Humans are stupid.
And they're going to fuck with this guy on video. And I don't see how Wyndham can say this is a rogue franchise. There's no way that system was set up by some rogue franchise of the company. That's
part of the standard these days. Deny.
Yeah. Well, you can't deny, Chad, that everyone loves a good dad joke. Now, I've been criticized lately about the dirt that my jokes have been driving. So I'm going to go clean this week. Maybe we'll go on a clean bench. So this is if you're watching on YouTube, this is a dad joke book that my kids got me for Dad's Father's Day. So we're gonna go into the book here of really clean jokes and give you this one today. Why, Chad? Why couldn't the art dealer pay his rent? Why couldn't the art dealer pay his rent?
Oh, I don't know.
He ran out of Monet.
Being a French Impressionism lover, that was great. I love that. Keep that coming.
We out.
We out.
Thank you for listening to, what's it called? A podcast. The Chad. The Cheese. Brilliant. They talk about recruiting. They talk about technology. But most of all, they talk about nothing. Just a lot of shout-outs of people you don't even know. And yet you're listening. It's incredible. And not one word about cheese. Not one. Cheddar. Blue. Nacho. Pepper jack. Swiss. So many cheeses and not one word. So weird. Anywho, be sure to subscribe today on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. That way, you won't miss an episode. And while you're at it, visit www.chadcheese.com. Just don't expect to find any recipes for grilled cheese. It's so weird. We out!